Hello, hi, Muthoni here. I want to make a headboard for our bed, and I was feeling like I wanted to zhuzh up our headboard. The thing that I've not been liking, I'm in the bedroom. I really love the slats, but I feel like with everything that's happening in the background and the fact that you see in between, I really want to change that and just have one solid thing, that way the bed is by itself and you don't get to see the wall through the slats. I want to just add something to the bed. I love it the way it is. I just don't love it for this wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a headboard paste that's going to go into the points that are the slats that are in there. So we're going to cover all the spaces in between. And then the way I want to make it, I want it to be something that I can easily remove if I ever want to go back to this. So this is just going to be something like, you know, you zhuzh up, and then when you don't want it there anymore, you take it down. So this is what we'll be using. This is a 6mm plywood. This is the fabric that I bought. So this is like, it's white leather, pleather. Then we have this 1-inch form, and we have this fiber that you use to cover the foam. Then you are going to need a staple gun, contact glue. So I need staples. I don't have enough staples. The staples I have are too big for my staple gun. I need to go pick up some staples. I'm going to go pick some up at Textbook Center. I didn't film at Gikomba. I think I've mentioned this before. I don't carry my phone to Gikosh. Today I carried my phone because I was meeting up with Dinah. Dinah is my friend. She makes curtains and pillows and stuff like that. So I wanted her to take me to the fabric side of Gikomba because I've never been to that side, so I'm not very familiar. And she took me to that side where people buy like fabric for sofas and all that cool stuff. We bought all that and it was crazy. So I carried my phone, but I was not going to film. I am not comfortable filming there. I'm just like, I was there to purchase what I needed to purchase. So I did not film in Gikomba. I did not. But it's the side for where you buy fabric, and also where they do bows and beds and a lot of stuff. It's the side, it's closer to the edge on the road than it is to the inside of Gikomba. The edge of the road being Jogo Road. So it's closer to Jogo Road than it is to the other side. So that's where we went. Hola, so I'm back. This is dusty. Is I want to measure how far apart I want the, I don't know how to call them, because we're not doing a tufted one, but we're also doing something that has like some form of pattern to it. So how far the lines, because we're doing lines going down, are going to be, this thing has so many joints on this side. Is it the same on the other? Yeah, because the joints on this side are also joints on that side. So I'm going to measure. I was thinking of doing 25 centimeters. I'm just going to measure 25 centimeters. I'm using centimeters. I like using centimeters when I want to be very precise. So I'll measure from the edge, at the top, somewhere in the middle, and at the bottom, and then I'm going to draw lines. I lied. This one I did 35 instead of 25. 25. So we have to go back here and do 25. And then I'll take my square and I'm going to join the top to the middle and then the bottom to the middle. That way it's like a straight line, to make sure it's a straight line. So I have whatever this out. This thing was forward like it's the end of the world. This is 1 inch in thickness. We didn't want something too thick because of, again, we're working with the space that's there. You can go for something thicker if you want something that will bulge out a bit more. And then, so I got 1 sheet and I also got 1 meter of this nini for covering. So I'll just put that there. So I'm supposed to cut this into the strips that will sit on this. So again, 25, hey, 25, 25, 25 going across. Because here we can do 1 piece at a time. Once I do the 25, I'll show you the first piece so that I show you the process. The process of doing this. And then, because then it's going to be repetitive once you do the first 2. Because the second one is also slightly different. This is contact glue. It's Karanja glue. It's the one that people spray when they're doing this stuff. I don't have that spraying machine thing, so I'm just gonna pour a bit of it and try and spread it as much as I can as soon as I can open it. Did this work? Because I want them to be very straight. It's the strip that I used for the bedside tables. Do I have more? I think I still have the brown one. What if I use this? Because I need them to be straight. This contact glue is the same one people use when you use that spraying thing. Because this thing will attach to literally anything as long as you just give it some time. So, yo. So I'm going to put this cushion thing that we just cut into that space and then push it down. I think I want to open this. Yay. It's a lot thicker, so instead of using the whole thing on one, I'll just do that. Okay, that wasn't right. See, still okay. Now it feels like they're not the same, because I don't want this thing to end up being too fat, if you get what I mean. Okay, and then the next thing is to layer the fabric. So I bought a lot of fabric for sure. So I'm going to cut. I should start like the first one I should do. So this one definitely can't be 25. We want it to be slightly longer, especially the first one, because it's going to cover this way. So that's where we want that to go. This one is going to go all the way to the back, to the bottom, and to the top. So I don't know how much fabric I'm going to need for that. Thinking if I cut this here, and that gives us enough allowance. This I don't mind how much of it folds over. I'm okay with whatever amount folds over. Okay, so I'm going to place this way, and then let me just pull my thing, because I want it to feel and look seamless. So I'm going to lay my fabric right side down. I'm going to lay it on that line that we had put up, and then I'm going to staple it down with my staple gun. I'm stapling it on top of that white thing we had put, because it's also providing a bit of... Now that we have that, fingers crossed that it's going to be fine, we're going to pull this over like that. Okay. And then this is going to go over and stapled underneath on this side. Let's put this way and then we'll do that one later, by the way. I just cut myself with the tips of the scissors. I'm bleeding, but it's a cut. It's a juju cut, wasn't deep. For the second one, which will be like the ones in the middle, you'll put right side down again, but on top of the other one. And then I want to start in the middle so that I can hold it down. There you go. Oh. And the top, the bottom, and kati. So just holding it. Yes. So I'm going to just tighten this towards me. I'm holding it with my legs. And then I'm going to staple this. Going to staple this down. Okay. You see? That's the beauty of it. Oh God, I'm just spreading my blood everywhere. So that's how they're going to be, and then we do the next one. So we're going to follow the same pattern, but I'm going to first cut this down to size. And we are out of staples on the gun anyway. So this is what we're going to follow. Let me just bring you closer so that you see. Ignore the blood stains, but now this is what we're going for. We're going for a nice seamless straight line over here. We have this one over here. It's going like this. So these are the staples we're following. So once we add the one that comes next to this one, so you see that white thing we're using? There it is. So this is spilling over because we haven't done this part. So far we are doing great. My camera almost fell, but we haven't finished this. So I was talking about this. So the staples that were in this were the staples I bought the first time when I bought it. The problem with this is this. This isn't the first one I bought. This one I bought yesterday and it came with some sample staples. I was buying it for my sister, so I wanted to test it out. So the problem is this. It's called Prescott. The size that is indicated here doesn't work. I have a lot of staples in the house. My other stapler got jammed, and when I was trying to, when I unjammed it, I lost one pin, so I need to find this one. I tried to test to see if this pin would work with that one. It doesn't. I just need to find the pin for that one and it will be fine. So the staples I had were not working with this staple gun. I went and looked for staples also for this because I wanted something that was, I went and found staples also to use for this project because I needed staples that were at least 6 millimeters in whatever, because this thing is 6 mm and I don't want them to poke through the back. So bought them, came back home. When I told you, I think I mentioned this yesterday, went and I came back with 3 different types and they don't fit. So this morning I went to exchange them because I bought them at Textbook Center. So I went to exchange them. I went with my receipt. We tried all the staples they have there and none of them fit because this thing is too small. So no staples are fitting in this, which is weird. We tried a bunch of staples. I went to Office Mart because I got now a refund. I got a voucher because they don't give you back money. So the other option was going to River Road to look for staples. So I was like, you know what, I can't go to River Road. I need to finish this and finish it now. So I opted to just buy a stapler that they had there, this brand that comes with its own branded staples. They didn't have this 6 mm that I wanted, but we can use this. We'll use this. We'll just have to use what we have. Bought this at Textbook Center. It's 2600 there, so I redeemed that voucher that I had gotten and just topped up the rest. So what I've decided is I'm going to go to River Road. When I go to River Road eventually, I'll go and find the staples for this staple gun. Make sure I get at least 5,000 plus, because this two things come with like 1,000. So if I get like 3 or 4 packs, or at least 2 packs. No, Bixby, I did not wake you up. That's just on you. When folding, one thing you have to be careful about is any part where you had put staples down. You have to be careful because some of them might have gone through. Like here, there's an entire row. This entire row, they went through and they have stabbed me. I'm bleeding. I feel like this is the most bleeding I've done ever on the channel. It's not the only bleeding, the most. So to fold the thingy to the back, the way I've folded all this,
comfort is key. So first I'm pulling this just to stretch it out, that way it's not too buffed up. Then you fold the edge. I'll start with this one, fold it and then bring it and pull, then staple that down and then pull and keep pulling as you staple down. So pull and staple. You might have to go in with more staples after because this pulling and stapling isn't the strongest, but pull and then staple down. What I do is I'm pulling this fluffy bit out. Take the scissors and cut off the excess fabric. So there you go. Okay, they're not completely straight, but it's just hapa katikati. Okay, so I want this to be the top. Let me do it this way. See, it's not heavy. Look at that. Oh, it looks really good over here. So this is editing Muthoni. I just realized that I forgot to sign out for this video. So I just wanted to say I really like the way this headboard turned out, and I love that now, as you can tell, the bed is just, it's like one piece by itself, and the wall is like a separate thing, because now you see, you're not seeing the cracks in between, not the cracks, you're not seeing the wall from the spaces in between, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted the bed to be a piece by itself, and I felt like the wall, because the wall is very in your face, it kept overpowering the bed. So even like when I would try to like take some photos from the bed or on the bed, I just felt like I didn't like the background, where, because I just wanted to be just the bed and not the bed plus the wall plus everything else, because sometimes you just want it to be just one thing. And I love this. I love the material. I love the way it turned out, and it looks very pretty. And now we can just sit up without having to prop our backs. Tell you is, make sure if you're using contact glue, use it in a very well ventilated room, and if you have a fan, once you are done, like air out the room. What I'm doing is I'm burning some oils, some fragrance oils in the room, just to get rid of that contact glue smell, because it can be very strong and it can easily like give you a headache or something like that. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for spending your time here today. I will see you back here on Tuesday with a vlog, and then we'll be back on Friday with something else that's DIY makeover type thing. So yay!